Hello and welcome back to Songs of Syx, also known as the game where poop noises just happen all the time in the background, because that's what life's all about, isn't it? We have fought our first fight. We got attacked by bandits. We beat the tar out of them. We had our armies march outside of town, and they did really, really good. And not only that, they were very, very rich bandits. We went from having basically $1,000 to having $200,000. And I want to use that goods, those monies, to do things like buy 500 rations and 500 clothes and whatever else we need, honestly. 26 and 40, that would be like 60, 70,000 gold. Can I just give you money? Here we go. Will give me 3,000 gold back for that. That does not make a lot of sense. There we go. Funny how that works. So I believe, with this much clothes and this many rations, we can go to war. So let's buy those, have them get delivered to our lovely warehouse here. Our warehouse can only actually take up to 500 clothes, so we better... I need more crates. We also need more pottery. I will also demand an outrageous amount of pottery. Let's just do it. Is this the most efficient way to go about that? Probably not, but where we have the money, it's pretty good. And if we have the opportunity to get out of town, honestly, seems like a win-win. Poop noises. All the poop noises in this game. I would like the music noises. That's what I would really like. Okay, so this woodcutter needs stone. And he needs furniture. The stone should start showing up now, he says. Yeah, we make 34 a day. We are using a lot for masonry and furniture, but it's really, really not that bad. The quarry keeps up on it. The quarry also like has room for, yeah, probably like another 15 workers. There is another quarry we could build up here as well that's pretty sizable looking. But I think the road out here, this little peninsula to me is like the perfect little spot for a second outpost. If we ever get our stone sorted out today as well, I'd like to put the wall, finish up the wall. Okay, so actually with that pottery, I was kind of hoping that we could, hear me out here, build the rest of these crates. They cost cut stone and they cost furniture, both of which I don't really have. All right, it's fine. So we'll just leave it for now. There's all the rations. Now we just need the clothes. We almost got it all.
Miso box.
Illogical. How you doing, brother? 21 months. Thank you so much for the Bezo bucks. I hope you're doing well. Hope everything's been going all right. You've been getting a bit of gaming in. Now and then. Oh, even this is like super degraded out here, isn't it? Shoy is. I feel like our janitors not doing the best job. 97%. I think maybe they just don't have the wood they need to build things. That is correct. That is why we are building another wood baker. My God, just the poop. The poop. Constant poop noises. Is it effects? You know, I just assumed it was ambience. But ambience is more wind. Honestly, ambience is helping drown out the poop noises. How is this not a toggle, like turn off poop noise? I feel like it should be. I feel like it must have a toggle for it somewhere. But it does not. Room is poorly insulated. Oh, yeah, because I put 4 doors on it. Which, you know, I really don't need. I could just put a single door down here instead. Oh my god, it's outrageous. Oh, the poop. Been binging some Age of Wonders recently. Need to pick up some more DLC. The vampire stuff's very fun. I still definitely think the Giants one is the best. At least certainly out of the more recent stuff. But it's hard to say no to any of them. Ooh! I think we're ready. I think we are ready. Yes. So how does this work? Do they have to like leave town? Looks like it. Dude, I just drafted half the city. Well, not really. We drafted like 200 people. Everybody's like leaving and then immediately coming back in. I'm not sure I did this correctly then. Army 1. Besiege. Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want. Army 1. Besiege. Cool. So they'll sail up the coast, across here to Tegenval, and down to Martianstad. And my goal will be to take this kind of coastline down here. Here they go. They're out on a little boat. Hope they do okay. It does not look like they took everybody with them. It looks like they took 34 archers and 48 troops. Moving armies do not replenish or muster new men. You didn't bring any bows with you either? Hold on. Does it take a while for our army to, like, get standing? Recruit local soldiers. Use it. These conscripts pool your realm. Once trained, they will need to be supplied with resources. City troops join the army. Oh, I guess maybe it's just that we don't have that many people fully trained. Ah, they're only taking the people who have 100% training. All right, screw it. We're going to try it. Even though I know, like, we don't have any goods for it. We're going to try it anyway. We are starting to build up. It looks like some furniture and some stone here. You are capped out on eggs. Capped out on pottery here, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I don't really understand. So this guy has bows he is bringing to the army supply depot. Our mighty forces are about to engage an enemy host. What are your orders? He's got 3 armies, 150 troops. We have 1 army. We're gonna try it. Here we go. My understanding, unless things have changed, is that these free cities don't really have, like, they're all just like conscripts. I don't know, man. It looks like they have spears and shields to me. What they don't have is arrows. So the real question is whether or not my small amount of arrows is going to end up being enough. And to that, I am not really sure. Yeah, so it looks like these guys all have like basic wooden spears. And it also sort of looks like they're going for a flank. No, if you guys could like stay back here and just... Wait a minute. Okay, we didn't bring any of the bows with us. Uh-oh! Why didn't we bring any of the bows with us? We might need to reload that save. Oh boy. A good sign, this is not. Soldiers will start running in their current direction until they reach an enemy or obstacle. Soldiers will not have a lot of defense, but will have a lot of extra force when colliding, as well as scaring the enemy. Okay. So I'm going to let them charge, I guess, then. So, like, you know, we don't really have, like, weapons. These guys don't even have melee training, so... I think this is definitely going to end up being a bit of a do-over on us. Sure, attack those guys. Maybe you can help out these guys? You guys seem like you're in a weird, bad flank here. I mean, here's the thing is that lizard guys are good at fighting. That's sort of like they have, you know, lizard skins, lizard fists. I certainly have them pincered, though I am also being surrounded at the same time. The problem is that I don't have any weapons, so I'm just trying to beat them with my fists. Our archers seem like they are struggling on this one right now, buddies. Ah, there's the morale break. So, okay, why didn't we take arrows is what I want to know. Because I do feel like if we shot a bunch of them with arrows like we had intended, that would have worked. You know? We could probably just hit the autosave. I don't really want to be safe scumming these battles, but I don't know. I'm learning. I'm learning how these battles work. So our army. My army is here. Stop. Raid. Disband. Stop. So they are fortifying. You have to wait until they are fortified before they will start replenishing. $82 out of 100. Fortified. 83. So if I have a guy here who's meant to be fetching bows. Can he start bringing those bows out? Is, I guess, my next question for him. So now this is like 49 in blue. So part of me is like, oh, okay, are they getting more people? Zero out of 519. Homies, how do I get you to pick up all them bows? Because I know they're meant to have them. Part of me is wondering, like, oh, well, are all the bows being used at the archers' training right now? I mean, we have like 300 bows. We should be at least delivering some of them out. These dudes are fetching. Shipments underway. Okay. Aha! Okay, so it is working. It is working. It just takes them a while to get everything out there. Nice. Okay, so they've gotten 80 bows, and they're waiting for the rest. So I just gotta wait for them to actually, like, muster. This is the problem. Faye, you just finished your math final. I believe you should between an 87 and a 92. Look, those are pretty good numbers. Those are pretty good maths. If that's what your maths numbers are looking like, you're gonna be in good shape, my dude. Those are very good numbers. I mean, at least they are for me. I don't know what the math rules are in math world anymore. Insufficient workers allocated. 24 bows. So yeah, this is literally the problem, is just like, I think the thing was, is because I didn't have workers assigned in here before I sent the army out, they had to go stock up this, and now that it's stocked, they can go out and they can bring out those supplies to the people. Yes. Get those bows out there. Okay. So now I actually have enough bows to use in battle. We are going to use some per day, but I think that's enough for the troops that we have. So what was it? I have 34 archers and 49 frontline dudes. You know what? I feel like you should also take plate armor. Or like, no, you should take leather armor. You should take like plate armor and shields. You should take like, why don't you do clothing and shields, plate armor and falcatas, and you do rations and booze. I know we don't have any booze, but like, you know, you can just pretend. Out of 100, tough break. Out of 1,000, tough break. Definitely ruined. Straight out of here. All right, let's try this again. Army ho! Ah, now we have 2 boats. 2 is more than 1. Eat that, math final. Let's quick save, just in case. Ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba. Command. I really, truly do feel like arrows will make a literal world of difference in this fight. versus, you know, my archers not having anything at all to shoot people with. So these are my archers. And that's my main squad. I don't like how these guys are like, you know, trying to get on my archers. Whap, whap, whap. Whap, 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 whap. Try shooting at those guys. You know, when they're in tight formation, they're easier to hit with arrows, so. Yes. Soften them up a little bit. Seems like our guys are okay at still like shooting them even on this angle. This is promising. These arrows are doing enough damage. That if my lizards can hold the line here, I'll be able to flank around with these archers afterwards. Oh, guys, you gotta like double time there. Is that what that is? Double time? I'm not really sure. See if I can have them kind of fall back a little bit to give a better line of sight here for these archers. And then I'll just let these guys keep firing at will. You got it, homies. What happened? Are we out of arrows? Oh, no. I think we are. What is going on with them right now? They do seem like they are out of arrows. I also don't know what's going on. They are moving into combat so slowly. But look, we do have some morale breaking. So this might be enough. Part of the problem is that the archers are not good at melee combat. Like, they're literally not trained at melee combat at all. But I'm really just using them as a flank. And then we'll have them charge again. Charge again. Just get in there in that fight. I think we got that, dudes. I think the arrows were all the difference it took. Just, it's this like poor guy in here just absolutely just surrounded by lizards. Lizard, 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 lizard. We are hurting on morale here as well, but okay, what side of this is the archers? I'm gonna have them peel off here. Nice, dude. Did we lose 2 units? That's it. We lost 2 units. They lost 150. turns out bringing weapons, bringing a gun to a knife fight is a good idea. War in time? Like the Nigerian army having to train without bullets, just making the noises instead. Pew, 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 pew. Only bit you're not 100% on is which country it was. Yeah. The gods have smiled upon your name. Victory is ours and our foe has been beaten. We can have mercy and release all the captives, which will give us chivalry points, which makes people our friends. We don't want to take any prisoners. Here's the thing. Our guys hate anyone else living in here. So I just want these to be like colonies. Now, despite killing them all, our army still has to actually capture the place. But it looks like they'll move right on in there and begin the besiegement. 83 versus 25. Our armies are at the walls of an enemy settlement. Its garrison still defiant. What are your orders? The result will be annihilation. You will lose 83 men and inflict about 6 casualties. Continue the siege and wait. Eventually the defenders will tire and starve. Neat. So Marchstead, you can see, has walls around it, where, like, Udenburg does not. So if I had attacked Udenburg, I would have just had the city. And instead, I have to hope... Well, we definitely have enough rations, so... But I'm going to be real. I don't know how long that's going to take. I've never sieged a city in this game. In fact, I've never really attacked a city, period, in this game. These guys are trying to finish up the lumber yard here. Dude, I am super totally maxed out on fish right now as well. All right. That's it. We're going to start the... rest in. Wild fiber. So we got to start building some settlements. I think this is only going to be like a 3 wide road. The wild fiber is there. The fruits and stuff are up here. The grains I don't really care about. If I could do something like that. Like that. The other thing I want to know about is type. Hollow rectangle, brush, line, fill, eclipse, hollow eclipse, hexagon, hollow hexagon. So the brush is something I didn't know you could do the other day when we were playing. I watched a couple videos on how to make nice looking cities. And one of them talked about the brush tool a bunch. And I was like, oh, that feels much more natural to me. And then I can kind of like weave down a road here. This will connect all the way over to this dweeb. Though... Yeah, it can keep going that way, actually. Just don't want it to hurt any of this... tasty, delicious vegetables. So, this is kind of going to be like the basis of this place. We do have a lot of rock. We do have, what do we have in terms of like fertility and stuff down here? The soil quality, I guess, is what I'm really looking for there. And moisture. So it's okay. This is all really good moisture. This is not so good. I mean, I guess it's better than like nothing, but it's not ideal. And then this is all terrible. So this is all going to be like fishing down here. But we're gonna have to think about like where we want to market, where we want this and that. You know, I do want to sort of fence in this wild cotton. Because I think that's a nice idea. I like the idea of like, oh, we have a couple of wild vegetables, you know, wild stuff on the map, so we're using it appropriately. Just kind of like letting us naturally farm it. And more or less the same thing here. Just to get the vibe out. So, all right. So we're saying like fishing down here, that there. I guess the marketplace would have to go sort of here, the central square. So you got to think about like, well, what do we need to start things off? We need a hearth for sure. Everybody always cries and complains if they don't have a good hearth. We need a well. We're gonna need... oh, none of the rest of that. A speaker. Kind of put him next there. A food stall, a market, and a laboratory. I'm actually just gonna come over here and copy these, because I think it's a little bit smoother way to do it. And I guess we'll put these guys down on the why don't we put these guys down on the beach? Or we could have them on like the other side of town. Oh, you know what? I kind of like that. So that's the food stall, and then the market. Can go right there and there. Build a bunch of roads around them. Roads around all that stuff, really. A small temple probably wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't think we need a huge one over here. Just something reasonable. We'll want some torch decorations for sure. For sure, to be sure. On there, you could probably go like here. On the side of the road. Along with some statues. That is the well. Yeah, you know what? Let's just put a statue behind the well. We don't need as many statues. People like them, but they're also like, they cover more space. So I'm stressed about them a lot less. Your room is now done for Christmas. Nice, nice. Glitter bomb everywhere. Told my wife a really dirty joke. She buried her face in her hands. If you rotate crops and let fields lie fallow with husbandry on them in rotation, does that improve your soil? No, there's not really any, as far as I know, there's no crop rotation. Should have known. She was warned. My sister warned her. My mother warned her. My mother even warned her not to get married to you because she has a sweet personality and blushed whenever she thought about sharing a bed with someone. Wow, she definitely picked the wrong choice there then. I am telling you. Tell us the joke. Tell us the joke. Love a good dirty joke. You gotta have a good dirty joke every now and then. All right, I guess the other thing these guys need are hooses, which will kind of build on some sort of all-around system here. If I do it like that, can I do it like this? Why not? It's not overly complicated. I know that longhouses are like the more efficient thing, but I do love building like complex, just like housing blocks as well. And I do feel like, you know what, there should be like some people who live down here by the sea. They can have a wall between them. This is meant to be like my little fishing town, so... which, speaking of... I guess I need a fishery. Just short, hey? Okay. So if you go that way... you can go up that far. I'm sorry, and you can go over that far as well? Wowza. So I could just make this be one big fishery. 43 slots. It feels like it's wasting a lot of land, but it is getting an insane amount of fishing slots on it, right? The other option is I go like that. No, because it's max dimensions. Its height is maxed out there. So I guess there's no reason for me not to go over this way then. Oops. And grab all of that. Okay, that's going to be a huge fishery. We're going to give it a big storage block there. I kind of want more small ones, I think. Rather than the big ones. Just because I have so much land that it's going to take up. Maybe just like one big one in the center there. 544 wood for that fishery. My son, this is going to take some time. And so my plan here is basically like wall up from here across and over. So there's a bit of room for housing in here and here. If you really want to hear a joke, I'll tell you, but it has to be Agent saying to do it. Yeah, I mean, I want to know. I want to know a good dirty joke. I might not be able to read it out loud, but you can still post it. Tell us the joke. Little more miming, little less asking. I would like to hear the joke, please. Oh, you know what we don't have? We don't have a warehouse. Kind of important. Kinda just a little bit important. You know what? I think let's put it like right here because then it's on the way out to the other town. Yeah, I had a feeling that was too big. Still too big? Just right. Okay. Do a door like, I don't know, there and there. There's a lot to get built here right now. There's a lot to get built for my one builder. That ought to keep them occupied. You now employ over 50 woodcutters. Nice. I can't imagine I have 50 woodcutters available, though. You're employing 20, 20, 19. Yeah, well, okay. I ain't gonna say no. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff for them to build out there. They're going to be at that for quite some time, I think. So, how do we know how this siege is going? Its garrison is still defiant. Fortifications 14. Fortifications give a huge boost to the defensive settlement. It can make a direct assault impossible until the defenders are tired and starved out. After a day of siege, the defenders will start dying. After a full year, the defenders should be dead. It's been 3 days out of the 18 required. Okay. I mean, I could potentially just try and siege them out, but... All right, I need more people. This says I'm going to get 61 people if I do this, so I'm just going to do it. Homelessness strikes the city. Wow, I have if they build these houses, I'll have exactly enough houses for them. That's the good news. The bad news is that they've got to build it, and it's the middle of summer. Well, you know what? The middle of summer, probably the better time to do it. Rather the middle of summer when you have a giant ocean next door that you can go into than the middle of winter when all you can do is freeze. What's the difference between a pickpocket and a peeping Tom? A pickpocket snatches your watch. Ayya. Ayya. I'll let you infer the rest. It's a good dirty joke. Can't deny it. Sir, I cannot deny your dirty joke is a good one. So we're going up to 730 for our population here. See, the problem is it's also like, that's job, that's job, that's job. This warehouse is jobs. Even though I get more people, in order to build this area, I gotta build more jobs. Romano, hello. Is it me or is Songs of Syx making a resurgence as of late? They just had a big version 70 drop, which is a big part of it. So they added in horses and spears, among other things. How are you guys feeling? Oh man, you have so many rations. It's unbelievable. The city of Merchantstadt is captured, my lord. What shall be the fate of its citizens? Grab what we can of valuable. Raise the city. Or enslave the population. Take full control, abandon, or puppet. Do I want to loot it? What is this? Chivalry. It's not really worth looting. There's not a lot of good stuff in here, so I'm just going to occupy it. I think occupy is what I want. They are mad, but they are ours. So I can now build buildings. I can build a city hall. I can then also build other things depending on what they're good at. Not enough denarii. Oh, I'm so broke. Back to crawlers, aurochs. They're good at making war beasts. Interesting. They're also good at making globbies, which, you know, does give me eggs, which I do perpetually need. But I like the idea of getting war beasts from them. Because right now, you know, our guys, they don't have weapons, but if they rode horses, at least that would be pretty terrifying. At the very least, I guess I'll get the city hall up and running. So this army is fully stocked. We might as well come down here and start besieging the next town. Really have all the options at the top. Bread and games. So yeah, we're just gonna make our way down here. This is no walls, 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 walls. These guys have a cool port down here. These guys are also walled. They're no walls. Kind of feel like we should just take the shoreline. Let's crush this army. Meet them on the field of battle. See what they got in store for us. Why, you just have a small garrison. I, on the other hand, think I have arrows. It looks like I do. Let us begin. Yeah, it's really nice. There's like no forests in this area. So every time we fight someone, we just get to blat them. So the arrows are already just raining down on these guys. You know, they do have shields. And we're not exactly the best shot in the world, but... we're thinning out the herd. We're certainly doing some damage. Oh, they got a ways to go. Feels like they're getting nervous. Trail of bodies. I mean, that's all we want to see, really, right? You can see my arrows in here. Aiming, firing. Aiming, firing. All right, let's charge with you guys. The archers definitely move slow. Oh, you guys could form better formation than that, homies. There you go. Just loose a bunch of arrows into their backs. All right, and now you're out of arrows. So we're going to go for the old flank and spank. Charge! Yo, look at that morale. Just crumble. We lost a single guy. Honestly, pretty good deal. Considering how absolutely replaceable our guys are, I think that's a pretty good deal. We're going to capture this place. No, we're going to release these people. And then we are going to occupy this settlement. Where we will then build a city hall. Not enough gov points. What the hell are gov points? The main currency to build your realm with, gained by assigning nobles to government duties. Give autonomy, abandon region, info. Not enough points, governor. Tax rates. Oh, did I lose my sick walls and merchant stat as well? I guess I did. So what do all these things mean? Support. Proximity. Health. Rich border regions without proper garrisons or armies might become subjects to raiders sacking them. Okay. Your own CD needs embiggening so I can get nobles, which you can then send out on governor tasks. So this is new for me. I'm still gonna, I think, conquer this whole territory. Because I guess the worst case, you know, we could do our governing afterwards. We got guys building all this stuff. Could fight another fight of these guys. Send dudes. Did you mean nudes? Have you seen the build plan? I need help. Nudes and dudes. That one guy, the hero for all lizard kind, right? These guys feel like there's more of them. No, I don't think there is. I also think we keep reinforcing and getting more people. I am fairly certain of that, actually. Ooh, okay, this is a bigger garrison. Okay, I don't have to tell them to shoot. They will just shoot people. Doing great work here, kiddos. So, man, if they just want to sit there and get shot. Oh, we domed one of our guys in the back of the head. Did you see that? Oh, what a cruel mistake. What a cruel world. We're being a bit surrounded here, too. Keep shooting, boys. They got a bit of a flank on us, but it's not too bad. Can we actually just, like, get behind those guys? Push them to the front. I don't like that they have us turned around. Okay, they're breaking. You guys are out of arrows, so time to get into position. And charge. Oh, dude, the charge is so effective. That time we lost 2 guys. 1 time to the enemy and 1 guy to our own archers. Rough. Release these dweebs. Go take their city out. These guys do have walls, so I think this is another siege situation. No, actually, they're just going to let us occupy. That's very nice of them. Occupado. Yeah, so same thing. We don't have enough governor points. Assigning nobles to government duties. Nobles titles, overhead titles. Okay. So, like, is there a point in capturing all of this? Or is it all going to rebel against me if I do this? That's a genuine question that I don't know the answer to. I think I can have another noble. I mean, according to this, I can have 5 nobles, so... I guess I'm starting to be like, okay, who else we want in here then? Get me some governors, right? Do I have to just assign a noble and then, like, send him out as a governor? I guess that's the other question. I'm wondering, if I have 5 nobles, can I send them to, like, these 5 settlements? Or these 4 settlements and then leave 1 for fishing? Archers. Yeah, okay, you guys are shooting. Archers. Okay, well, hold on here. Guards will maintain formation in battle, stay on the defensive. I'm assuming this is like some sort of double time action. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If my archers are caught out and unable to shoot, we're going to run into a much bigger issue here. Okay, it does seem like these guys kind of like go back and charge and then go back and charge. This poor dude is... You got to get out of there, man. You're right in the firing line. You're keeping him busy, but oh my God, get out of there. You got to get chewed up. I mean, these archers are doing... They're making a bloodbath right now. I'm starting to see morale breaks over here because I think these guys are getting scared about how many of their buddies are dying to the side. We got to get our archers some, like, melee training. Can we shoot them if we're engaged in melee at all? Like in the back row, keep shooting? Doesn't really seem like it. These are pig guys. All right, maybe fall back a little, see what happens. Okay, seems like they're okay. You know, obviously, like, they don't have weapons or anything, so I'm still, like, lizard versus pigs. Yeah, some of my guys are getting toasted. I wonder if it's possible to fall back this formation. Oh, that was cool. They kind of like broke who was there. They sort of moved out in a way. So I want them getting occupied with these dudes. Oh, nice! That did the morale break we needed. Double time and charge. Surround them. Got these pig dogs. Yes. A great success. Well, I give it to them. They're fighting. These guards, these garrisons, they hold on as long as they can. Archers are brutal in this? No, we're lizardmen, so we're not elves. Archers are brutal though. So are also catapults. You could start getting like big siege equipment after a while too. So we'll release all those guys, but then we'll keep on sailing down to take this place. Yeah, let's just starve them out. The region of Marshhead has very low public order and could rebel any day. A temporary fix would be to station troops there deterring the troublemakers, but in the long run, we should look into fixing these problems more permanently. Interesting. So this was the other thing. So, just the other day, I found out how to look at all my subjects. Here we go. Sort by age. You there! You look like you'd make yourself a fine noble. Ta-da! You there! You also look like a fine noble. You there! How about a noble? And you would also make a noble. This gives me 5 nobles, which is all I'm allowed to have. Now. Gives you 20 governor points to use to develop regions with. Each additional rank yields 40 more points. Governor. These other children, I will figure out what I am doing with shortly afterwards. They used to just have it like a master of craftsmanship and master of farming, so you could focus on like one thing or another. I mean, we do kind of probably want glob pastures. Glob pastures and fishing are kind of like our 2 main things. But that's quite a bit of governor points, so can I like... What would I need here? A garrison, protection and public order, a barracks, and walls. Where is the public order? Not enough denarii to start pastures. Growth, hygiene, and stands. This costs a bit of denarii. Will give me some loyalty. Persecution, exile, massacre. Huh. Banks. It's expensive to hire unskilled troops, but little land is required. This gives me like loyalty +6 +5. This gives me loyalty just like +5 to everybody. Who are there the most of in here? Cretonians and humans. 0.5, 0.4. 0.1, 0.4. 0.6, 0.4. The walls add 0.5 to everybody as well. I mean, I guess. Why don't I start with the garrison there? Clearly the thing we need is money. Like, I can't have any of these guys produce anything for me until I start having money. They can all build governorships. Okay, this is the only one who's like actually upset with me. There's 800 people. There's 300 people. There's 1.3 here. These guys feel like they should be more upset, but they're not. And we're just going to keep waiting at those walls. And we got an extra noble that we can decide what we want to do with him afterwards. They can shoot through the ranks. Everyone knows that elves should possibly do that. What were you thinking? Madness? Well, my elves don't want to just shoot down everybody? I find that hard to believe. My elves, my lizards. It's very Skaven tactics. This might as well just be a big road. Okay, so we got some houses over here. We got some markets. We got a warehouse that hasn't really figured itself out yet. Fish, vegetables, eggs. You'll need wood, stone, cut blocks, and furniture, as well as probably clothes. The region of Udenberg has very low public order. Okay. Denari 100, workforce 2. Denari 50, workforce 5. That wouldn't be enough to make everybody happy. Nor would that. But I guess a garrison at least is enough to ensure that they have someone to fight if they try to rebel. Which I suppose inevitably is going to be half the struggle. Okay, we have ourselves a little shrine. We got the hearth, the merchant, food stalls on its way. We got some more hooses down here. These guys are working to put together like 500 wood they're going to need for that. This guy just needs a bit of furniture. You have nobody working in you, right? Yeah, that's the problem. That's your problem right there, buckaroo. Hopefully they will find some way to like divvy up the supplies between warehouses. I'm worried if I tell them both to pull from each other. That'll just end up like creating an infinite feedback loop. Which wouldn't be very efficient. Jenslia also wants to rebel. Hey man, we built you a garrison. Chill out. You all got garrisons. Chillax. You'll be okay. So this is fun. All the hunters are now coming down this way because it's quicker for them to leave the map across this road. Which actually leads me to believe that hunter should be just built down here. I mean, it definitely would be faster. And we have so much clothes and stuff now too. We could probably put more people on the tailor. Though, here's a good question. No, maybe not. The tailor's using 30 and we only make 15, so... maybe let's be chill. This guy automatically inherited all the right stuff from the previous market, which is really nice. like he's got a lot of work to do right now, but... Whoa, a tree fell over and a bunch of dudes are bleeding out. We don't have any hospitals. And we're not about to any day soon. So bleed out and get thrown in the pit with the rest of them. Be a dear, would you? And just bleed out all over the floor. We have a crazy amount of fish right now. I guess something I'm thinking about is like, what if I made a ration maker? You know what I didn't think about here? Is that any buildings I build are going to make a bunch of noise. So I'm a bit limited on how many buildings I can have. But I still can have some. So I think I am going to make a ration maker. I also really need like a potter and a smithy, but there's no clay down here. There's clay way up there. There's way over there. If I could build like a bridge across this, it would be kind of nice, but I don't think I can. I don't think you can build on deep water. There is some debate about just like making opium as well, which we might do. Plant a little opium farm. It's fun for the whole family. Well, maybe not quite, but I have too much fish. I need to sell fish. I need to shell fish. How much do you buy fish for? $16. How much do you buy fish for? $14. If I sold you 2,000 fish, you'd give me 12,000 gold for it. Deal. How's this going? There are 3 people left. Well, let's just keep waiting. Soon they're all going to die. I'm really glad we bought all these rations because we've needed them. We've actually been going through them by quite a bit. Rebellion, you say? So these guys say that they're going up in loyalty, so that town should be okay. That town should also be okay. They've certainly made this more complicated. But that's a good thing. It was kind of too easy to snowball settlements before. So I can certainly appreciate that. It feels like a move in the right direction. This food stall has all the right stuff on it as well. Now that I'm also down here, let's forage all of this and forage all of this. And I definitely need to make sure that you have room for cotton. Fiber, sorry. Fiber is used to make fabrics. Is that at the tailor? No. How make... I need a weaver. Turns cottons into fabrics. Ha-ha. Well, homie, I think that's going to be you right here. Feel like we're gonna need... Oh, you're a big lad, aren't ya? Can I fit you in any clever way here? No, not really. Auxiliary looms. All right, we'll do a slightly smaller storage, I think. Then we can do another auxiliary loom. And then that way this loom can actually be full-sized. Ah, it's 100% efficiency. I think I'm okay with that. Put a door here, and I think I could put like a door here. I don't really know if they need that, but you know, if I could start making some fabrics, that feels, at least we're making something, you know, like feels like it's a step in the right direction. All right, how's our siege doing? Here we go. Occupy. Hooray. So give these guys a little garrison and stuff too. And then I'm gonna have to take back machine stat, I guess. Or like, hold on here. You're a town of 300. You're a town of 300. You're a town of 3,000. But plummeting rapidly. You have good access to war beasts. And that's about it. You have good access to war beast clubs and aurochs. You have good access to gems in Udenberg. I'm wondering about basically, should I move my army up to just like sit in these settlements for a little while to fix the morale, the loyalty problem? Because I don't want these guys just flip-flapping back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That doesn't do me much good. We're engaging an enemy host. This might be the Marstad army. I mean, which if so means I could just go conquer that back really fast. Are you guys the Marstad army? Faction is intact. I don't know. That's a good question. Okay. Let's have you guys switch sides. Yeah, I want arrows raining down on this huge pocket, not this tiny pocket. I want it down on the poly pockets. Judge! Well, that didn't work so good. These guys are so bad at moving at a reasonable speed. All right, I think we've actually lost a few guys here because that was a pretty bad charge, but we got a few more arrows left until we run out, and we are out. We got a squad of guys there in our back. Charge! I love how slow they move. Best to enslave some of them for the time being until you get some more nobles. Well, I don't know that I want to do that. You guys on them. You guys on them. I know we're getting stabbed in the back a little bit here, but I feel like we've got these guys surrounded as well. Dude, I am getting gutted here, actually. Not gutted, but I'm losing more men than I'd like, that's for sure. Can you get behind these guys? There we go. There we go. It's just that we were getting flanked by like one good squad. 33 humans. The thing is, I also like don't have my city set up for captives at all. Dude, who is this army? Nielenstad. Your allies will not engage, but your commanding force will move out of harm's way. You will lose 57 men and some equipment in the process. Okay, well, obviously I'm going to fight it then. Everybody and their dog brought out their armies here today to fight me. Yeah, I mean, they're still just garrisons, but I'm just getting concerned because like we are bleeding troops. And I don't want to find my archers caught out again this time. Okay, you're going to charge. We're going to pivot onto those dudes because there's not very many of them. We're just going to have them get back into formation here. Man, we are definitely taking some shots. All right, those guys are done. You're good here, lads. Just start shooting. Get right into those sides, and then that's basically it. Let's charge. I hope we can start breaking them. She's a bloody battle. Come on. There we go. There's the morale break. Yeah, we lost 12 units in that fight. Okay, we gotta chill out on these fights for sure right now. Otherwise, we're not gonna have an army to come back to. Nielenstad. Ah, yeah. Okay, so Marchenstad attacked me. Then it was Nielenstad. But now we can actually move into Odenburg. I have to like land in their territory to do that. I don't know why I couldn't land a boat outside of Odenburg, but you know, you live, you learn. Scuff Smoke, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. 4%, 1%, 0%. Yeah, you guys are not going up right now because there's too many of you. Yeah, so these colonies were big and now they are small. Okay, so how is our training doing back here then? I guess is my next part of this question. I see. I see. While they are out, nobody new trains. Which, you know, I guess makes some sense. Okay. So those guys should start, yeah, showing up here and now training in the meantime. There's nobody training. I don't think there's anyone that can replace them, so... All right, the Weaver needs a bunch of wood. You need a bunch of furniture. You need an insane amount of wood. But I'm going to be honest, man. There's a bunch of wood around here, so why don't we just fell all those trees? We got some extra people sitting around. We got a ton of food in stock. Ah, so this does replenish over time. I think. That looked like it just went up. Okay, and this is going up in loyalty now that we've been here for longer. Okay, so you're meant to like, you're not meant to do as like many chain conquests as it used to be. 100%. What does this mean? Support. Low support increases the chance of rebellion. When a region is controlled, support will increase with time. For other regions, emissaries can be sent to increase support. So these guys have 23 down here. But these guys are at 100%. They're not loyal, but they do support us, which means probably no rebellion. Okay. But these guys, yes, rebellion. I'm beginning to understand the way the system works. Pray tell, what do we want for you? Wood cutting? Masons? 50 workers in your masonry with 2 points. Obviously, we're making a lot of fish right now. Could boost the stone mines and just start pumping out more stone. Oh, I feel like we can also just throw more people at stone. I'm just gonna leave this extra noble empty right now. And then we can have another couple of bodies here into town. How many people are working in this warehouse? 3. So they're gonna grab all the wood they need and bring it down. Yeah, okay, so that'll build that fishery up fast. Worst thing about this fishery is I'm not even gonna need a lot of people working in it right now because we're already so like crazy stocked on fish. But I could also just put a bunch of people in it and then build like an export depot and start exporting fish. Which is probably not a bad idea. Now that I say it out loud, I think this is probably not a bad idea. Horde of lizards descend. Do all the fishing. So the hope is that there's like not a lot of jobs between towns, though. Does seem like there probably is. I guess it kind of feels like I should maybe have a road coming down from this guy. I don't know if it really should be straight like that, but it's a vibe. Until I know what else we're building out here. Okay. 41%, 3%. I felt pretty good about 40. These guys are yellow faced now, so I'm assuming that's going to start going up. Let's send down the other army here. Or let's send the army down to here. What's crazy is that the docks are there. Yeah. That's really bad. Neelenstad again. I didn't even think I was on their territory, man. Sugar. We might have to fight these other Machinestad again as well on the way out. If that's the case, I'm going to just send this army north to Machinestad and I'm going to beat those guys up. I'll be real. I think unless I get some more troops, we're going to start running into a problem. Like, in this fight or the next. Okay, at least that's a bit of good news in terms of flanking. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my god, there's a row of trees that for some reason is like blocking them from coming into us. Or at least was slowing them down from coming into us. Hell, that was super, super convenient. And then I think that's our last set of arrows. So we'll charge in here. A lot of them breaking out already. So that's, you know, that's a pretty nice sign. These guys are in a tight formation down here that has me a bit stressed. These are like real soldiers. Oh, thank God. I'd be real worried there for a second. Totally surrounded. Nope. Guys, you're not doing a very good job on this total surround. Whew, man. I wish I was getting gear out of these fights. Would be something I would appreciate grabbing. Yeah, you know what? Let's just, I'm going to send this army back up to Machinestad. We fought their army not too long ago, and I got a feeling they're going to come out and fight us again here right now, so. 3.8, only humans, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah. Knowing that I have to, like, keep armies in these spots really makes me be like, oh, okay, we need more troops. We should have taken this a little bit more one step at a time, but you know what? No harm, no foul. Yeah, you guys down 29 and 26. Yikes. This is definitely the last fight. Please tell me you're shooting arrows. You are, but it feels like it's not doing anything. Don't love they managed to get so many guys behind me here. But let's just shoot arrows into their backs until we run out of arrows, I guess. And then it's the biggest line we can make and a charge. Get in there. You know, it's always this like secondary flank group that's the problem. Yeah, these guys like don't want to be fighting a mob of humans on their own. I'm worried about this. My archers are not really like designed for this kind of damage. Okay, I gotta get in there. They're stopping my charge. They're gonna kill all my archers if I don't do something. Don't get surrounded like that, homies. I'm getting chewed up. I don't know, man. There we go. At least we have the surround on them now. Oh, no, my archer's broke. Uh-oh, uh-oh. It's all you guys then. Injury's 12%. They got like 100 men. Where is morale on this? Exhaustion, taking casualties. They have numbers. We're feeling outmatched. Battle weariness. I think without the ability to flank these guys right now, we're gonna struggle to win this one. We're slowly getting chewed up. I can't wait till we have weapons, man. If we're doing, I feel like if we're doing this good against garrisons with just our fists, just a bunch of savage lizards. Lizard, 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 lizard. No, there we go. Defeat. Is it, do we just not have enough people? Should we try that one again? Your neighbor thinks you're invading, but you just want to catch the ferry. I know, right? It's so frustrating on that ferry ride. We've had to fight these guys out here way more often than I'd like. I'm going to try this one more time. I don't know, we could have done it much better than that, but we'll find out. So good luck, Archer Division. I'm gonna put everybody in just like a 2 wide. It ended up being that flank squad that was the problem again. Chessbot. You know what? I think actually we fired all of our arrows here, so... I just don't know that the archers are good enough to do anything other than like a morale hit. I genuinely don't know if they're capable of taking these guys out in one-on-one combat. It seems like they're mostly getting ripped. I don't know, there's a lot of human blood on the ground there. Really hard to kill people with just like your bare hands. I think this is the real lesson I'm learning in this set of fights. Yeah, these guys have lost a lot of troops. I am exhausted. And we are feeling outnumbered. Yeah, I wish our guys would be better off at like surrounding them as a group. But they're not really. I think this is not going to be a winnable fight. It's not the end of the world. You guys won? Oh my god. Oh my god. My archers actually won their side. Charge! So this means these guys are going to start like getting scared. I hope. We're going to back out, and then we're going to do that again. I don't know if there's any advantage to like cycle charging, but it feels like it has to do collision and stuff. Oh no, we just morale broke. No, never mind. That's it. Our melee guys finally got the backup, and what did they do? They ran. Criminal. Oh no. Our poor lizards. Woof. We did better, but it ain't it. That ain't gonna be it. Mouth for Zergan skill. Oh, okay, cool, nice. All of our bows are gonna come back home. So we actually don't really lose that much other than temporarily losing some troops, I guess. And yeah, I guess these guys will like retrain. Yeah, okay. Well, we can work with that. You're waiting on furniture to finish this ration maker. This weaver is up and running. I don't need that many people working in it. I barely need any, I would say. I gotta wait for that cotton to get harvested before I can actually turn it into anything. Okay, we could start building up some more houses down here now too. Because we certainly have the people for it. I want to say let's like do a road like this. So that'll probably be the way out of the city. And then maybe a road like that. Thicken this biscuit up a little bit. And actually, sorry there. Whoops. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Getting better with the hotkeys, but it takes some time. Love you in there like that. Possibly a bit more space than I needed in between this row of houses, but you know what? We can decorate, that means. Or I could fit little baby houses in there, which would be even nicer. Apartments, maybe? Yeah. That's what we could do. We might be able to do one house. Yeah, sure. That's a vibe. That passes the check, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I do wonder, these can all also be upgraded if I start getting more furniture in. Big if, though, you know. Okay. And then I am wondering about, like, can I just tame these? How does this work? Can be tamed to ride and give our troops leverage in battle. Breed the mighty war beast to Fendalian. Can be used as mounts for soldiers. So I guess it's just that they take up jobs. I guess in the meantime they can be hunted. Though I can't imagine hunting something called a war beast is an easy task. Oh, our massive fishery down here is built. 43 people. God damn, man. They're fishing out in every direction here right now. Be real, I think I am going to put in a export depot. Part of me is like, just put him here and have him export fish. Can an export depot take from anywhere, or does it have to be from a warehouse? From another storage site. Has to be from a warehouse. Unless we like prioritize To my neighbor Turg, the gods have instructed me to arrange a pact with you. Please sign immediately. Yours truly, Jackster of Blazend. We give you trade. You give us trade. You also give us some tributes. But that's okay. That's a good deal for trades. I accept. Now we have a new trading partner. Fantastic news for us. All right. Export depot is going to just have to go here. And we're going to have to find a way to build this wall around it. So the wall was going to come up like right up here. But I guess we'll go up, out, and around or something. Or, you know, I just put the wall out this way. On the other side of these vegetable garden, which maybe honestly makes more sense. Then I can fit more things. It's effectively what I'm thinking. Kind of a too thick row of houses. If I expand that warehouse all the way to the walls, I could also then fill in this sort of area up here with stuff. All right, we could work that. So you guys are at 45% archery, 61 deployable, and you are 50 deployable. Okay, so my army is definitely back up and running. $58, 6%. Winster broke free. Yeah, this dock right here sucks. I need to take Merchstead. I can't even go past Merchstead. Like, I can't get to these other settlements without going past Merchstead. So that is, like, pretty top priority for getting rid of him. And honestly, I think if I have, like, 63 troops ready... $50 and $60, that feels like we should just go. We're going to send them out. We're going to send them out to work. We got more stuff we want to conquer. Our health is at 21. Looks like everybody's nice and healthy. Export depot, you're going to pull from this warehouse, and you are going to export, believe it or not, fish. But you're only going to do it down to 50%. But I'm willing to let you sell off 50% of our fish right now. This was not the greatest trade in the world. This was just a tribute. Okay, our houses are looking pretty nice. So, nice. Okay, so this guy actually owns Blazend. This is his capital. He owns all of these. And it seems like Nagbar owns this one and Hoogland. Meanwhile, we're going to own Marchstad and across the sea. Eventually, I think we'll probably go against Nagbar as well, but that'll be a future plan. Okay, so you guys are mustering. Definitely feeling like I need to move this entire hunter. Knowing that they are coming in all the way over here. Does the hunter make noise? That's a good question. He doesn't. This ration maker is also ready to be done. That's nice to see. We're going to have to import herbs for this, or we're going to have to start growing herbs out here is probably the more realistic answer. You guys need like another... Let's go 760. Shy on like 2 houses, but you know, there's a bunch of houses being built right now, so. Feels like we got the right vibe going on here. I'd love it if you guys could maybe pop a torch stack down here. Maybe another one out there. And another one there. This is cute. I like this little secondary town we've got going. Okay, ration maker, I need very few people on you because I don't even think I have a recipe. It's fish and herbs, yeah, and I literally don't have herbs right now, so I'm just gonna put you on pause. Farmland. I guess all of this can be farmland. Would make sense. We can have our harvested vegetables. We're doing okay on stone, so I tell you what, actually, I'm gonna just like lay out the basis for this. Just so we know what's up. Just in case. We can thicken these walls out more afterwards, but man, I guess over here, when we go to here, and we get a bit of a vibe. I like that. This is feeling a bit more of a town. See, there's like a constant path being torn there, so we might as well. I like that you get like natural paths in the game, so you can sort of see like, oh, okay, I should build a road here. A real question I'm actually going to have is like, do I need a janitor over here? And the answer to that is without a doubt, yes. Ain't even the slightest doubt about. Now, he doesn't have to be a huge janitor. But he does have to be a little bit bigger than that, because I'm realizing, whoops. Needs walls there. One of them, and one of them. Hey, that's just enough. Boom and boom. Fantastic. So this guy will keep this little town in shape. We got room for like, man, more than 50 more people. Let's go up to 800 pop. I like that so far. I like the sound of that so far. No, I don't know what I want to do here yet. Maybe some decorations. Maybe a little decorations. Don't think you're resupplying troops. Been a while since I played this game. Is this a new save? It is. Yeah, we just started off this save early last week. All right, these guys are resupplied. Yeah. It takes a while for the resupply to come in. That being said, there's only 4 people in this division right now. What in the hell happened there? I think I deployed the wrong guys. What happened? I deployed the 2 groups who were like destroyed instead of the 2 new guys. "100% melee training, 100% archery training." Hold on a moment. Hold on a gosh darn moment here. No, I sent out the right guys. It must be recalled in order to be edited. They're just not, Is any of this territory mine? No, I hate this. Like, I wish you had a little bit of land around you, but... Moving armies do not replenish. There we go. So I just needed them to actually like stand here. Then they should fortify. Once they are fortified, they will start replenishing. So you were correct to call me out on that. Okay, furniture and marble would let me build basements in these houses, but I could also just build up these houses whenever I want. We might as well make these double thick. So we know. And I guess I would like to know a bit of a plan here in terms of like a little apple orchard. Where this road is going to go. I guess probably like there. And then this is what we've been saying. It would be this thick. Oh yeah, there's the pass through here. All right. Start getting her done. This fishery will complicate things just a little bit. Not too much, because I can actually just go to this water. So let's not panic. Almost panicked. Wanted to panic. Said at the last second, wait a minute. How about we don't do that? That would be a foolish thing to do. Just keep a little bit of this water in. Fantastico. We got a bunch of stones, so that's going to keep all of them busy. Yeah. I think we had like a pretty big influx of stone when we cleared out this fishery as well, so. These guys have lots of shirts. I think expanding the farming and the glob globs needs to be next. Oh, you know what I should do? I should do this. Because I know we don't want to do this, but I need to do this. Pop, 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 pop. We just brush this. How come it's looking funny here? Oh, because it needs to be cleared. Okay. Then we can make a pump. I don't know how big this pump needs to be, but I figure if it's 24 employees, we can always shorten that amount over time. What's this guy doing? Being insane. Well, that's a good job. Honestly, somebody's got to do that. You can never have too many totally insane people. Few insane people? Always good. Good for morale, honestly. Keeps everybody else in check. Guess I should build some stairs here as well. Just in case anybody wants to get on those walls. Yeah, and I think basically I'm just going to do like a... What would be this under? Eclipse? Hollow hexagon? Well, not that. Hollow ellipse? I'd want it kind of to look like something like that. Just in terms of its like roundness. So I tell you what, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to say, whoa, I'm going to say, get rid of all that. Get rid of all that. Tack, tack. Tack, 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 tack. I appreciate that they give you like a couple different tools for actually making your city look nice. You know, it's not everything has to be boxes. It's like, well, here's a free brush. Here's a cool eclipse button. Yeah. I think that would fit the size I had in mind for this outpost. Without it being like too totally irrational. Basically, the idea being that the warehouse will go up to there. This will all be houses here, 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 and probably down here as well. At least, certainly all of this district's going to be houses. I wonder how our fish selling is doing. It seems to be doing very well for us. Seeing as we have like an infinite amount of fish. Net 330 fish. Yes, I dare say we do have a plan in place. I like that the outpost is going to be walled before the actual city, but I guess the actual city has a guard garrison, so... 7 and 8. Why are you so bad at being filled? Ah, I understand. Just because deployable does not mean fully trained. And unless they're fully trained, you can't actually deploy them on the world map, it seems. So real talk, we might build more of these guys. See how this is doing. 80 furniture required for a canal. They are bringing out the furniture in the droves. Mild weather, nice. Good to see that. I'm also starting to wonder now, I have like $20,000. Can I actually build things at Oidenburg? What does this require? 20.8. Minus 20k and minus 5 workforce. I see. I have 0.14 workforce. Okay. So my next question will be, how do I get those numbers up? Obviously, there is a building here called growth. Increased population capacity. Current target. So my target capacity is really low. I guess I wonder, like, if I take out the guard post, what would happen? No, these guys would be, like, really upsetty spaghetti. So unless I plan on leaving an army there, I don't think that's going to be the case. But I will look at leaving an army on Machinestad. Marchinestad? Alright, I really want to know if we can get this water pump going, because I don't even know if it's big enough. But I feel like with 24 people, it should be. And then we can... Oh man, I can make so many more Globian pastures. Start trying to get our eggs up. Eggs feel like they're doing better. This needs 379 pressure. This pump doesn't tell us how much pressure it will produce. Okay. I might as well just double thick this, because I'm going to want to do that eventually anyway. And they built this so quickly. They did a great job. 10 out of 10 for everyone involved, honestly. I've missed some points here. There and there. And then there. So I feel like obvious choice would be a set of stairs here, maybe a set of stairs like there and there. And then another one in like that corner and that corner. These are not perfectly even walls, despite my best effort. But they're pretty good. I'm pleased enough with them. Yeah. Now the only thing I need are gates. Which of course I don't have any iron for, but now that we have so much money, we can actually buy iron. Who has it for the best? Oh, I can buy areas off of them too. That's really interesting. 226. And you are 228. Doesn't really matter. But you know what? You guys are new. So why don't we buy like, I don't know, man, 40 iron bars off of you? Why the heck not? And then look at us go. Loading stations move large quantity of selected resources to unloading stations. Yeah, I guess this is like if I had a quarry I really needed to move, but I mean, ultimately, this is just going to end up kind of being like one sprawling city to some degree. There's a crazy amount of stone up here. This is a place where I could build like a hauler just for hauling stone back. Still doing really bad on furniture. Which makes me think we're going to end up wanting a better option there. All right, so I guess that's going to be like a gate here. A gate there, and probably a gate here. This feels like a lot of gates. But safety first. This will be the entire wall, the entire city walled off now. And our apple orchard is still nice and safe, which I love. I think we will dismantle those two pieces. Right. Probably upgrading more of our roads also to cobblestone would be really smart. I think as far as I'm concerned, basically any road in town should be upgraded at this point. Yeah, and honestly, most of them are. Oh, I didn't do a very good job lining this up, did I? For realsies? It doesn't go up properly at all. All right, I'm going to build a stone road along this then. Because also, if that's the road between cities, it seems sort of important. Yeah, these dirt roads on the side I'm not too stressed about. I guess this guy I wouldn't mind upgrading. Sort of the poor side of town. Versus, I guess, the industrial side of town. Wow, they are just chewing along on any tasks I give them right now, which is really nice. I wonder if, like, maybe training fields all along here would be good. You know, if it's all kind of farms in the north side of those roads. It is actually one of the things I think we got to start looking at is these vegetable farms. Yeah, see, that's all really good farmland up there. But this is also very good farmland all in here. So it becomes like, well, what do I want as trees? What do I want as vegetables? I feel like right now the answer is I want a lot of things as vegetables. That would let me go to there. Well, why don't I do like 2 off the wall, just in case I need that. And 1 back from the road. Okay, so I can do a 55 by 37, it seems like. That's like my max size for vegetable patch. Let's do it. If that helps solve the food crises of the town, then it can't be that bad an idea. It can't be that bad. Oh, I'm starting to lose it. This is never a good sign. The moment I start breaking into song is never a good sign. So this guy's going to be all houses again here as well. I think that works for me. Ain't too complicated, but it don't need to be. You could probably put one of those there and injury somewhere, but I didn't see where. The old logging fields. Classic place of injury. Well, this is going to be one big beefy farm. I don't necessarily love it with a big square, but at this point I'm also like, man, we kind of need the big square going. So how do I get this population up? Is it through tech? I bet it's through tech. Organization 1, small town. Allows us to build more powerful regional centers and exert more control. Rural health, loving subjects, tax collection, skilled workforce. So if I take that. Aha. Aha. Population. Allows basic reforms that will boost population capacity. Workforce +7. Takes 5 gov points. Oh, yeah, okay. Now there's all sorts of stuff we can get from here. What do I need for this? Requires tech gems. I could have them build a clay pit and bring me clay. Man, that might be an idea. Like, we have access to stone, but we really don't have access to clay, and clay equals pottery. I could also probably give them this growth building then. Land clearance. Oh, this can also be upgraded. Obviously, I want the gems, but right now I'm just thinking, well, if I throw a clay pit in here, they'll generate me money and they'll generate me clay every day, which we can store somewhere. Guess we could store here. Are you storing clay right now? Yeah, let's turn that off over there. Let's also turn off like cotton and maybe weavery, but and then I want to say I can replace this guy and just say metal smelter, charcoal maker, brewery, bakery. Maybe I can't. The ration maker? Potter. Workshop that makes pottery from clay. And I could put him in here. I'm curious to see whether or not a outer city wall is allowed to count as a wall. But I guess we'll find out. This music wants you to play Baldur's Gate 3. It's got a little of that vibe, don't it? It's a good feel. Because also I'm thinking if we have all these stone blocks coming in, we could start upgrading some of our houses. Because I feel like that wouldn't be the dumbest idea. Oh. Well, we actually love mud buildings. I misunderstood this. We love mud buildings, and the only thing we like more is buildings made out of cut stone. Which, like, yeah, okay, sure. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Dude, I am trying to sell off this fish, and I cannot do it. Can I put more people on this export depot, I wonder? You're on automatic, but I feel like there's got to be more workload than this. Can you also pull from there? That's why. We're only pulling from this warehouse. As they go to pull the more harder jobs, they will start jumping that up. All right, let's get this pottery shop up. You are now going to produce me some potted goods out of the clay that we naturally have coming in from our new town of Udenberg. Our army is looking like, how are you looking? 27 fully trained archers. Okay, so they've really jumped up. 21 fully trained melee guys. I think the next step, because we can just keep adding in a bunch of houses down here. In fact, I have like 78 additional houses already right now. 850, there you go. Bada bing. And we have a ton of food coming in. We've got a bunch of new vegetables coming in soon-ish. But I mean, as long as we have fish. Oh, is this done? Oh my god, it is. You do not need that many people. What will that put the pressure at? And how long do you take to update? Wow, you barely need anybody on this, it feels like. Oh, amazing. You can actually start seeing the effects of the channeled water coming in here. All this sand is starting to turn to mud. Oh, cool. Whoa. The amount of eggs went from like 5 to 29. Yeah, this is massive. There's now not enough water, though. It's cutting off at about there, so we're close. It's probably about 400. I wish this would update a little quicker. Be like, okay, well, how many people do I need out here? These guys are all just hanging out. None of them are working their job at all. Is that enough? I guess that's not enough still. I mean, we got lots of bodies on hand that we can use. At max, it's 600, so I would have assumed like half would have been enough to get it to... There we go. That's 385. That's enough. So now this is all watered. Sick. So this area has gone from being like that black dryness to now just like very, very moist. Moist. And I believe that these guys now get a bonus here somewhere. Moisture, 100%, 100%, 100%. So I don't know where that affects exactly how that works, but I do know that bringing in all this fresh water is good for it. Anyone know how to retake your oath as a paladin? Attack the grove and turn down the goblins? Didn't realize it would break your oath. Ooh. That's a tricky one. I would just lean into the fact of now becoming friends with the goblins maybe and just becoming an oathbreaker paladin. I would guess that there's like some sort of quest, but look at this hunter. He's got to go all the way across town for this. And all these roads as well. This town needs some real roads. I'll tell you that right now. We gotta get some real roads in this town. At least stone in the middle. And a stone down here. Can't be having all of our guys just walk around in the muck all the time. Just don't feel right. All right. I think with our first couple of conquests good, a handful of new trainees coming in, but certainly we got a lot of guys that need to get training. I think our next big steps are expand the training. I think we're actually making positive eggs now as well. Ooh, buddy. That's exciting. Not ration makers. I don't have any herbs. But these weavers can start weaving. And these potters can start potterizing. Oh, they can pretty much run that on max, actually, if we're taking in however much we're making a day. I'm not really sure, but let's put those guys on max. The weavers will cut through what they do in a little bit. In the meantime, let's like just upgrade these crates. 4, 4, 4, 3. Some extra room for pottery, maybe some extra room for clothes. Lots of veggies. I think as we get ready for this, we're going to have to figure out how we want to do the next steps in the military. And honestly, I think it's probably right out here. I think we could build ourselves a little like Smith industry. I envision it as like a military camp. You know, it's sort of like the tents around the training fields, but have them right down on the beach and just have a huge squad here down training all the time. They're outside the town, but they're between the two little outposts, and they're going to be surrounded by fields and woods and everything else. A little bit hidden from view, so to speak. And And then we can get them like, maybe we'll start having some, maybe we'll do war pastures in here, actually. That would be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. We could start training some war beasts right there and then have like, I don't know if there's a stable building or what it would be. But we could absolutely start having that run it. And I think that's where we gonna call it for today. Because that seems like a pretty good spot to me. I think we're on turn 4. Number 4. Successfully saved. We'll be back tomorrow with a little bit more of this. So until then, bye-bye.